Hello dear students, today we are going to start class 10th Social Science Economics Chapter 1 Development Part 2. Students, in this part we will cover the topics national income, how to compare different countries or states, income and other criteria. Students, today we will discuss about national development. As we have seen that it is very difficult to make a criteria to see the development of a country. It is very important to keep in mind that different persons could have different as well as conflicting notions of a country's development. Students, regarding development, people are having different notions, different ideas regarding that. They are thinking that development is good income. Some people, they are thinking good health, environment. All these are development for them. But here we are talking about the national development. How can we judge a national development? High living standard of the people in a country denotes the development of the country, because it is thought that with the help of income a person can arrange all the facilities for them. So here we will think about what would be a fair and just path for all. We should also think about the criterias those are set to see the development of the countries. We can say that national development refers to ability of a nation to improve standard of living of its citizens. As we talked about the living standard, if people are leading a good life, they are having high living standard, definitely they will have education, they will have good health, good income also. Standards of living of citizens depend upon per capita income, gross domestic product, literacy rate and availability of health, etc. These factors also consider as measure of improvement. Students, in the countries where there is good literacy level, people are having good per capita income, there is good GDP, so it is considered that that country is a developed country. So per capita income, gross domestic product, literacy rate, all these are the indicators of the development of a country. Now students, there should be some criteria to see the development of the countries. How can we compare different countries or states? Students, when we compare different things, they could have similarities as well as differences. If we are going to compare the students, they differ in their height, health, talents and interest. The healthiest student may not be the most studious one. It is not necessary that a healthy student will be also good in studies. It is not mandatory, it is not necessary for a student. The most intelligent student may not be the friendliest one. So how do we compare students? The criterion we may use depends on the purpose of comparison. And there should be different criterion to see the development of the children. It is not necessary that if we are going to select a child for the game, so there is no need to think about the intelligence of that child. There is need to see the interest, the health, the physical status of that child. There is need to think about that. But if the child is going to appear in any exam, in competitions, that is regarding GK quiz and all that, different other competitions are there. For that we have to think that what is the IQ level of that child. That is needed to see that. Usually we take one or more important characteristics of persons and compare them based on these characteristics. So here, if we want to see the all over development of a child, so we have to take different criterion. We have to see the health of a child, intelligence of a child, physical status, height, weight, all that we have to see. Not only the health of a child is considered as the development, not only IQ level is considered as the development of a child. So there is need to set the criteria for that. Now we will see here that for comparing countries, their income is considered to be one of the most important attributes. Countries with higher income are more developed than others with less income. Students, generally what we think that good income is considered the best way to see the development of a person, of a country. So it is taken as criteria to see the development. But how can we see the per capita income? Now, what is the income of a country? The income of the country is the income of all the residents of the country. Whatever we people earn, we produce, that is the income of the country. So what is considered? Which income is considered to see the development of a country? That is average income. That is average income is considered, the average income of the country is considered a factor to see the development of a country. Now what is average income? Average income, students, that is also called per capita income. Now let us see what is per capita income. Total income of a country is the sum of income of all the residents of the country. For comparison between countries, total income is not such useful measures because different countries have different population. As we have taken this criteria to see the development of the country, so what is per capita income? Let us see how to find out the per capita income of a country. The total income of area or country is divided by its total population. Then we will get the average income, per capita income. So students, but as different countries are having different populations, comparing total income will not tell us what an average person is likely to earn. We will not get the accurate idea about the development by comparing the average income because population is different of different countries. So it is not giving us accurate data. It is not giving us the actual picture of the development of the country. Students, World Development Report 2006, if we will see that thing, World Bank has given the criteria of per capita income to see the development of the countries. According to the World Development Report 2006, World Bank has used that criteria to classify the countries on the basis of their per capita income to see the development of the countries. You can see here that per capita income of rupees 4,53,000 per annum and above in 2004 are called rich countries, and those with per capita income of rupees 37,000 or less are called low income countries. India comes in the category of low income countries because its per capita income in 2004 was just 28,000 per annum. Students, here countries are classified on the basis of their per capita income that is seen annually here. Now students, the rich countries excluding countries of Middle East and certain other small countries are generally called developed countries. So the countries those are having good per capita income, more per capita income, they are considered as developed countries. So this criteria is used by World Bank to see the development of the countries. But it is having some limitations. Let us see. Now, average income is having some limitations. While averages are useful for comparison, they also hide disparities. Students, as it is giving us the status of the development of the countries, but it is not telling us about other features. It is only just telling us about the income of that country. One more problem is in this criteria that it is not telling us about the distribution of the income between the people. Now here, for example, we will take two countries, country A and country B. Students, you can see the income of country A. The country A income is given of 5 people. And when we will take the average, that is 10,000. Another country where you can see 5 people, their income, and again we got the same average, that is 10,000. But here you can see that the distribution of country A is okay. There is no more differences. More differences are not there, more gap is not there between two citizens, but country B, much more gap is there between two people, two persons. More gap is there, means 500, 500, 500, then 48,000. You can see the gap, much more gap is there between the income of two people. So by looking the average, we cannot see the distribution, the disparities among the citizens, because the same data we got for country A and for country B. So it is hiding the disparities. If country A you will see, so there is less difference between the income of the people, but if you will see the country B, there is more difference between the income of the people. So it is hiding the disparities. And we can say that is the limitation, that is the problem in average income. It is hiding the disparities. Now students, we will see income and other criteria. Students, as we have seen that to compare the countries, we have seen one criteria, that is per capita income, which is given by World Bank. Now students, we will see the per capita income of a country or a state within a country is not the sole criteria for development, because the income of a person may not afford all the goods and services that he needs to live a good life. Now students, in starting we have discussed about the development. Development we have seen that is income plus quality of life. Not only income is considered the development of a person, and not only quality of life is considered as the development of a person. If a person is having income plus quality of life, that is considered as development of a person. So we need both of the things, income as well as the quality of life. But quality of life cannot be purchased in the market. We will not get it by paying money. So if we will use both of the criterion to see the development of the state, here we have taken some examples of the states of India. 3 states we will take here to compare, to see the development of them on different criterion. So if we will change the criterion, the rank is changed. That we will see through some examples. First of all, we will see on the basis of per capita income of these states. To compare countries and states, we have to look at other variables like infant mortality rate, literacy rate, sex ratio, maternal mortality rate, life expectancy, etc. As World Bank has taken that criteria, that is per capita income, to see the development of the countries, but it focus only on the income. Income is considered a best attribute to see the development of the person. But as we have seen, not only income is considered as development for a person. There is need of non-material things also, like literacy, infant mortality rate, life expectancy. These are also essential factors for the development of a person. Now we will see one example here. If we only consider per capita income for development, then while comparing Indian states, Punjab, Kerala and Bihar, we see Punjab should be the most developed state out of them. Now if we will see the per capita income, you will see that Punjab is prosperous state, having good per capita income. The per capita income of that state is good. People are having good economic status. Kerala, a mediocre situation is there. Bihar is at the bottom, if you will see their status. But if we look at other variables, the most developed states turn out to be Kerala instead. Now students, by looking this table, it will be clear to you that per capita income, on that basis we can see the rank of these states. Punjab is at the top by having good per capita income. Kerala is at the second rank, Bihar at the bottom. So according to the per capita income, in this way we have given the status to them. They are having this kind of rank. Punjab is at the top, Bihar is at the bottom. But if we will change the criteria, students, infant mortality rate, let me tell you, it indicates the number of children that die before the age of 1 year as a proportion of 1,000 live children born in that particular year. Literacy rate, it measures the proportion of the literate population in the 7 and above age group. Net attendance ratio, it is the total number of children of age group 6 to 10 attending school as a percentage of a total number of children in the same age group. So there is need to know these criteria also. These criterions also that is to see the development. We can make these factors as criteria to see the development of any state or country. Not only income is considered to see the development of any state or country. So these are also the indicators of the development of any area. Now, if we will change the criteria to see the development of the countries, we will see here that as we have changed the criteria, here we have not taken only the income. If we will see infant mortality rate, if we will see literacy rate, if we will see net attendance ratio, then you can see the difference here. The rank is fluctuated here. Punjab, infant mortality rate is very high, that is 49, Kerala less, and Bihar is much more. Punjab literacy rate is 70%, Kerala 91%, Bihar 47%. And net attendance ratio, you can see students, that is 81 in Punjab, 91 in Kerala, and Bihar 41. So students, here as we have changed the criteria, according to this, which state is getting the good status, a good rank here, that is Kerala. According to this, the Kerala got the first rank, then Punjab, and then Bihar. So in this way, if we will change the criteria, the rank will be changed. So not only income should be considered for the development, these factors should be also seen to see the development of any state or country. Now students, there is need to focus on these factors also for the development of the country. In many states, these factors are not in good status. Somewhere you can see that less attendance ratio, somewhere high infant mortality rate, somewhere literacy rate is not good. The states like Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Odisha, these states are not having good status regarding these factors. So there is need to change the situation and provide some basic facilities to these regions so that they can also do the development. Thank you, students.